This was a scene that sort of culmination of all the various plots and scheming that's gone before. It seems a battle of wills between me and Michael have resulted in me getting what I want. I think by this time in the film, this man has got so totally out of control that things are just escalating out of all proportion, and he has no sympathy for anybody whatsoever. And he's just gone too far, and he's got to go. This is one of the few times that I actually met Michael, because a lot of our dialogue was conducted on the telephone, you know, and so we didn't actually meet each other that many times. It was a very interesting psychological battle with him throughout the film. These two very intelligent, very committed people, and this battle of wills between them. Who's going to bite down first? I think, even though you don't see us together that often, we've managed to build up quite an intense psychological drama between us. Michael was very approachable and very affable. I really liked him. It was good to work with him. It sort of raises your level, I suppose, when you're working with somebody of that calibre. That people always ask what he's like. What's Michael Douglas like? You know, and I say it's great. You know, got on great. I suppose you see people in films, you get a different impression of them, and I was surprised how humorous he was. He kept things quite light on set, things that he didn't get, because there was a tendency occasionally that, because it was quite a dark sort of story, things would get quite gloomy and people would get quite intense, and Michael could come in and just sort of, you know, lighten that up with a few wisecracks, and, you know, we were all very thankful for that at the time, because it did get gloomy. This particular scene was shot inside a studio in Toronto, and they were feeding sort of machines with cold air coming in so that you can see the breath, because it was quite warm at the time, so you didn't, you know, we were supposed to be in a snowy landscape, and we didn't have any that vapour coming out of his mouth, so they were pumping in this sort of cold air. This actual sequence was shot in Toronto. Soon you'll see me in a ditch, which is Los Angeles. So they were shot in two different locations, but it's quite seamless, I think, the way it's been done. This all leads up to the trench collapsing, and this was a sequence that lasted some days, really. I mean, all the stuff where I'm running towards camera and the trench is falling down behind me, that's all CGI. But all when the dirt lands on me, when everything lands on me, that wasn't CGI, that was real dirt. I wish I hadn't opened my mouth quite as wide when it was all coming down on me. But that was all real stuff. It was quite an interesting day, that.